It's Saturday night, about 8 o'clock, and I just put Honey to bed. And for those of you who don't know, Honey would be my grandmother, who is almost 80 years old and has dementia. And she lives with my mother and I. We try to take care of her. And my mom's in Chicago this week, and the nurse wasn't here to help, so it was a me and Honey day. And we did not have a good day. And since I can't get a hold of anybody, I'm just going to talk to the internet. The problem with taking care of someone with dementia is it's never enough. At least it doesn't feel like it. It doesn't matter what people tell you, that you're doing good, noble things. Never enough, because you're a human being. And you get angry, irritated, frustrated, and they don't understand. And Honey doesn't even remember it 5 minutes later, but I remember. And it's hard enough when there's two of us there to take care of her, because one gets really frustrated, you can just walk away, and the other person can step up and help. Or you can, team up and do things together. Even for simple things like getting her into a nightgown, or even getting her just to go to the bathroom is a fight. So today it was about her pills, which has been an issue before because Honey's almost 80 years old, and she's in fairly good health aside from the dementia and lipedema, which we won't get into. But she's lost a lot of weight, but in a healthy way. She's probably the healthiest she's been in a long time. And partly because we, feed her well. She goes to senior centers, so she gets, a community, and she gets to have fun with other people. And because she takes her pills, we make her. And lately she's been more aggressive, which happens. She's not as aggressive as some people who, really swing and hit and yell, and she doesn't do that, mostly because she doesn't have the strength for it, and partly because she doesn't want to hurt anybody. She, when she makes a slug, she's just trying to make a point more. It feels like she's just trying to make a point. She's not trying to hurt you, which in the moment you just have to remember that, and you have to clamp down on your instincts. Nobody likes getting swung at. So you just have to clamp down on your emotions and take a step away and remember that she doesn't want to hurt you. She doesn't know that you're trying to help her. She just thinks you're bugging her. And then you won't leave her alone. So that was the case with today. I needed her to take her medication, and she didn't want to take it simply because I wanted her to. Like a kid. It's a lot like it's a lot like being with a kindergartner or a first grader. She's self-sufficient up to a point. You have to keep an eye on her. And she can throw a tantrum, which is what happened today. So she didn't want to take her pills, and you can only ask so many times. And she didn't want to do it, and it was kind of funny because it was very teenagerish. I tease my mom that she acts like a 13-year-old when she's bugging people, but Honey was very much a teenager. It was, no, I don't want to, because I don't want to, and I won't do it because I don't want to. So it was funny. So I was gonna let her take a break. She didn't have to. I was gonna, I took away the vitamins, the really big pills, because they're horse pills, and she doesn't need them she's not going to get sick without them, but out of all her pills, the blood thinners and the kidney pills and the water pills and everything, she's also on a mood pill, a mood stabilizer, Paxil, which, if you don't know, it's not the kind of pill you can just stop taking or skip a day and be okay. It can really affect you if you miss it. So she had to take them today. But she was in the kind of mood where I didn't want her to drop them or forget about them and walk away, and then they'd be all over the floor, and I didn't want the dogs to eat them or get lost. So I tried to take them back from her, and she didn't want to take them, and she didn't want to give them to me. So I had to try to pry them out of her hand, and she didn't appreciate that, to say the least. And she took a swing at me, and she has no strength, so it didn't hurt. But it's really hard to control yourself, and I did, and I will, because I don't like to hurt people, especially my grandma. I love her. So she took a swing at me, and I told her she needed to stop or she was going to hurt herself. And I grabbed her hand by the wrist, and I put it in a lock. I didn't squeeze. I didn't tighten. I held it like you would a 3-year-old who's trying to fight with you, just enough to kind of like keep him from locking in place, pushing forward and hitting you, pulling back, and running away. But she's almost 80 years old, and her skin is delicate, and she's on blood thinners, and she was yanking her arm back pretty hard, so she got this bruise on the back of her hand from my thumb. And I tried to step back. I tried to explain to her why I was upset and why she needed to take her pills, and she didn't understand. I kept telling her 3-4 times in a row within like a minute, and every time she's like, "Oh, nobody told me that. Oh, I didn't know. Nobody said it." That's what she always says. Nobody told me. He said I didn't have to. Whoever this mysterious he is, he's ruining my life. Whoever this mysterious he is, she's always talking about. He is going to give me an aneurysm is what's going to happen. Almost gave my mom one, so. So, eventually I successfully convinced her to give me the pills back, and she had to take them, so they're not as effective, but I crushed them up and made her an iced coffee, so at least she would drink them and get them in her system at least. And that was kind of it for the day. I didn't want to fight with her, and I called my mom to tell her because I felt bad for losing my cool. Because I'd yelled at her. I was really upset, And she didn't remember. Like 5 minutes later, she had no clue, but I remember. I don't like losing my temper with people. I don't like yelling. So my mom gave me the okay to call the nurse, see if the nurse could come in to help me out. And she couldn't today. She already had plans. She was already on the road. But she's going to come in tomorrow, which is going to be a big help, just because mornings are the hardest. Mornings are really hard with Honey. And that was pretty much it for the rest of the day. She was in a better mood. I tried to give her treats and goodies. Guilt, I guess. Felt bad, so I, made her popcorn, which she likes, made her drinks, what she likes, but she didn't want to really eat too much for the rest of the day. She had some yogurt here. I got her a sandwich and she ate that. But she didn't want to take in the pills for the rest of the day. And I can't have that battle today. Just can't have it again. So I had to change the sheets on her bed, because of the dementia, she doesn't remember to go to the bathroom when she has to, and in the morning she'll just it doesn't matter. So I changed her sheets and tried to get her into her nightgown, and she didn't want to, so I wasn't gonna fight her. But as I was making the sheets and she was getting into bed, and I was helping tucking her in, the bruise on her hand had grown from a thumbprint size to taking almost the whole back of her hand. It's a lot. It takes a lot out of you. It's hard. And you feel like a bad person most of the time. Because, it's not like she can articulate clearly what she wants or something's wrong. She can't really tell us. And she doesn't. Who knows? Some days I think she knows us. Most days she doesn't. She doesn't really know who we are specifically. Just she knows us. I think she knows that we love her, and I think she knows that she loves us. I hope. And it's really hard because when she's in a good mood, she'll call me like her angel and her sweetheart, and when she's in a bad mood, it feels like I'm the one she takes it out on. There's really nothing you can do except talk it out and cry a little bit and hopefully go on to the next day. So that's my story, Internet. Or at least today's story. Most days aren't like this. Most days aren't this bad. But, couldn't talk to anybody to deal with it, so I'm talking to you, Internet. I hope you don't think too poorly of me. I do plenty good on my own. If you have any suggestions or comments, let me know. And I hope everybody has a great day.